All right, we're back again to Thinking Out Loud with Scott and Mark.
I thought it was Mark and Scott, but I'll take
All
my
right.
name first.
Very good then. All right, so this is another kind of subtopic of this area, and it has to do with, we used to have on-prem kind of company-owned data centers, and we manage the resources as these precious resources, and occasionally you'd have to buy up and expand them and stuff like that. And that always caused a lot of heartache. So here we go to the cloud. So there have been plenty of cases where we didn't rewrite and refactor applications into microservices. There have been cases where we just kind of moved something and it looks mostly like what it used to look on-prem, only now it's running in the cloud. And it cracks me up that we move it and then it doesn't.
Just for the sake of moving it, right?
Yeah, there's
just
no way that.
Oh, we did that.
Yeah, like, okay, I can see why you. So the idea is that it's going to be cheaper when it gets there. And there's multiple facets to this. You can say, well, maybe the stuff on-prem was going out of its useful life cycle, so we had to do something. So why not the cloud? It kind of makes sense. I get it in those cases, but most of the time we put things up there, and in IT, we had the expectation that we're going to save money. And I think all we really did was start renting a car instead of buying a car, which is not cheaper in my experience. Like the cloud finds a way to be really expensive. Yeah, if you treat it like that, it can get really expensive. So my hot button issue on this is that if you never scale up, scale down, if you don't adjust not only the vertical resources within a box or a VPC or a private network of setup of some kind.
Not getting any of the benefits of making
yeah.
Right?
If you
going with it? Yeah.
And what do we do, right? We have all these spreadsheets and stuff, and we say, well, this is where it used to run, and this is how much memory it used to have, and disk, and all this other stuff. And then we take that and apply some kind of math to adjust it on its way to the cloud. But I think in a lot of those cases, it's almost the same. So
I think it boils down to governance, right? Just to piggyback on what you're saying. Like, I mean, that's been the evolution of IT, right? The virtualization all the way down to the microservice-centric containers, right? Is just the problem has always been all along the way is you're trying to run leaner, but at the same time, it's the cleanup. Right? It's the ability to adjust the environment to the needs of the workload, and having the analysis behind that to be able to make that happen in real time is critical. Because what happens is that you have to leave, like we said in previous ones, you have to leave it over provisioned, or even worse, under provision, depending on the nature of your business, right? Because then you're gonna have an outage potentially, right?
So in summary, my gripe is like this: if you just move it there and you never ratchet up or down the resources,
right,
you will actually find a way to be more expensive in the cloud than you were before, potentially. And so I really feel like people are missing an opportunity here, and it does feed back into this application resource management thing that we're talking about. You have the opportunity to scale in the cloud. That's always been the dream of the cloud. Oh, we can turn it off on the weekends. We can reduce the resources in the evenings, or we can turn up the resources on a Monday morning when everybody logs into their bank account for that online banking system, whatever it's going to be. I'm surprised at how little people are taking advantage of that. I mean, that's what it was always for. That was the goal. And my gripe is that maybe we're just leaving that stone unturned.
Well, not anymore. That's what